Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. We now have seen the TMNT Funko NFTs and they look pretty sick. Can't wait to talk about it.
Collecting is the way.
Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. This is episode 109. I'm your host Migs with my co-host Charlie and Trey, and we're hyped up right now. If you heard that intro, you know Trey's hyped up right now. So we can't wait to talk about the newest NFT drop, which we finally officially got to see more details on it. And it is, of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this set's pretty unique, and we're gonna definitely dig into that for sure. We also got some like a leak list of some New York Comic Con stuff, which is potentially going to be coming out. Obviously, a small list because there's obviously going to be more
Yeah.
than that, and some other news and things that we're going to talk about, Funko related and what have you. But we'll start it right off. Trey,
Let's
how
go.
are you feeling after this
I
NFT news?
I am excited. This is honestly something that I did not really expect too much of. I was really honestly, I did mention Krang on the previous episode, and I think I even mentioned it the last two.
And
I think a
Rocksteady.
Krang would and Rocksteady, yeah. I like how they're doing the blacklight theme with Rocksteady and Bebop because the last time it was blacklight with Bebop, and now it's blacklight with Rocksteady. Triceratron, I believe that I always had problems saying that. I don't know why, ever since I was a kid. But either way, I like this one. I've always seen like Kid Robot make figures for this, and we never
Dorbs.
Dorbs, yes.
Oh,
But now we're getting an actual pop, which I think is pretty cool. And plus, it's somebody that we haven't really seen. This is really a new villain in the TMNT universe, which is pretty cool. Obviously, the Krang as or Freddy Funko as Krang, that one looks. I think that one's probably other than the baby turtles. I think that one looks really really good. I like how they put Freddy Funko in the little Krang
Yes.
and his little tummy. That oh man, it's amazing. And then we have the two, not one, but two Grails. We have Leo and Mikey, and then Raph and Donatello. I like these because honestly, these remind me. It looks like because so somebody commented on one of the shorts saying, I don't remember which one it was, but they were saying basically you can't distinguish any of the turtles. The way I see it is they look like they're going off of like the figures, how they have the different shades
Yep.
of green, so you can clearly tell. So just clearing the air, that's how you're able to tell. If you don't know, go look at the figures. You can see the different colors.
Give them the
Uh,
rundown. Give them the rundown, Trey. Let the people know.
dude, I am gonna just let's just say I'm excited. We can make a whole episode, maybe two episodes of just Ninja Turtles, and I'll go full on deep into it,
Yeah, we
into
should
all
have a
these.
Ninja Turtles like episode about like nostalgic figures growing
Yeah,
up.
I think
But
so.
yeah, I think
But
that'd be a
no,
good
yeah,
episode.
yeah. Like I said, they're going off of the old figures and actually the cartoon too, because they also had different shades of green. But nonetheless, they are glow in the dark. They're going to be 999 pieces. I believe there's only going to be 14,000. Is it 14,000? 13,000 standard packs and 15,000 premiums. So it's going to be one of those drops that you. To me, it's kind of scary because I don't really
It's
know
gonna be
what to.
popular. It's gonna
It
go quick.
is. It is because I don't know how Drop is going to do it because I believe the last two drops they had a limit. What was it? The traditional 70,
the
the
60,
60,
universal
60,
60.
60. Yeah.
60. So I don't know if they're going to do the limit of 120 like they did the last
I
time.
think it's back to the 60.
I think so too. But nonetheless, it's going to be a little bit difficult, I believe. But I'm super excited. There is no Ultra. That was
No,
very
I'm
shocking.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me know which y'all's thoughts are on these.
I mean, I agree with you completely. I think these are fire. This is back to old school NFTs, in my opinion. We're now got a few drops this way. I felt like Rick and Morty was this way, and Universal Monsters was this way. So hopefully they just continue this path. I think it's super cool they did the two grails. It's going to make them harder to get. I think it's going to make this set even more desirable because if you get one, you're going to want the other most likely, especially if you're someone like yourself, Trey.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I love like the Triceratops. I've always wanted a Funko Pop of him. I've always thought it was weird they made Adorbs, but now thinking back, it could be after that episode when, Miggs opened up all of his Dorbs, it could have been because that wasn't actually a Funko product at one point until it was
Yeah.
acquired. So maybe that's why it always had Adorbs forming out of Funko. And yeah, I think this is one of the best Freddy's. And I agree with everything. And I love that they did the Rocksteady. Like, if you aren't familiar with the Series 1 set, you may think this is weird, but it matches perfectly. And then it makes you want to have that set.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want all of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Rocksteady is pretty sick. I mean, obviously, if you have the Bebop, it's pretty nice to have the set. It does like look like it's kind of random, but they I like that they changed it up because obviously that first set was like the OG, right? It's like one
Yeah.
of the original NFT sets, and there was one that looked like the NFT. The color was all weird and stuff, and we thought like, all right, they're gonna do that again. But I mean, the two grails is sick because you obviously want to have all four turtles, and in that first set, we didn't get all four turtles, so it was like do you pick and choose which one again? And like this is obviously an easier way for them to get them all on there. Unless they made one of each of them be like a legendary, then you're just kind of taking up space from some of these other characters. So this is like a perfect idea. And it makes you think like, will they do this in the future with multiple characters that they have that where they can put them in? Because I think this is the first time we're getting technically like a two pack. If because it's essentially a two packs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for NFTs, I know they did the Matrix, which was like a pop coming out of another one, and that was
But it
like
was
kind of
still
cool. But
one
it
pop.
wasn't,
Yeah.
yeah, it was still one thing. So this is obviously like a two pack. It's not the first time that it's been sideways like that, but it's two on each one, right? And like, yeah, obviously they don't have their traditional because they're babies, so obviously they're not gonna have like their weapons and all that stuff for you to know who they are. But like Trey said, they are different colored. Like the actual types of green are different. And I don't know if you mentioned this, but they glow in the dark. And the glow in the dark with the ooze and everything on them, that is like sick. Like it was done. So I think if anything, the whole bottom part glows, and then what's on like dripping on them is also gonna glow. So like that part is awesome. I also thought it was pretty cool and unique that they switched the boxes where correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Raphael and Donatello is the only Funko Pop that I have ever seen where the picture art is on the right side of the box. And I don't know if there's another one out there that anyone can think of,
I can't
but
think of
they're
one.
always to the
Yeah.
left, right? Like that's where you're
Yeah.
always getting it. And then obviously the other one, the Leo and the Mike, is on the left. So this is like a mirror image, basically. They kind of just like flipped it so you can put them side by side. And
Yeah.
if you take them out of the box, they perfectly go side by side because it's both sides of that like canister is on like each sides of them, which obviously is broken open. So yeah, definitely done pretty well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest about this. I don't know who Triceratops is. I didn't know that character, so I don't like I wasn't as hardcore of a Ninja Turtle fan necessarily on every type of a Ninja Turtle. Like I know the Ninja Turtles, I love the old G movie and all that kind of stuff, and I did watch some of the cartoon, but I didn't know who that was. But the Krang is sick, and the details is definitely what's like Trey said,
Which
the
they've been
little
crushing it with that.
yeah, that little inside of him, and they made it Freddy with the hair. Like it's literally Freddy. Like that's perfect. Like they've done that with some other. I don't know if it's. I think with NFTs where, like, or even with the Freddys, that there was like a small detail in like where there'll be a Freddy version on the belt or a Freddy version, whatever. Like
Yeah.
they do a really
They
good
did it
job
with
with
the
like those
Reaper and the
details.
Halloween, where like all
Yeah,
the
like the skulls
skulls.
and everything. Like just
Yeah.
those details are like definitely spot on, and it makes it kind of like when they do that, you're like, holy hell, this is like Funko's amazing, but then you see some stuff that's so lazy, and it's like two different people are clearly making these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, it's
It's like-
so wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
It is. It's crazy too. And also, actually, just looking at it and actually looking at my background, the Rocksteady is actually like the black light soda
So, no.
that they had from the cooler. Like, I don't know if you can kind of see it right here in the background if you're watching.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the colors, yeah.
You can
Even
see
like
it.
the
If you're
It's-
watching on
details.
YouTube, which you should be.
Yeah, you can kind of see in the background. Maybe we'll put a picture or whatever. But yeah, I did notice that. Another thing too that maybe this is something that I'm just overthinking or just kind of looking at. It's funny how the Krang has like the glasses, but they couldn't do that for Cyclops whenever they did the box of fun. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's I don't know, maybe
great
that's just
point.
maybe that's just me overthinking or just looking at it, but yeah, those were other things that I noticed too, but I am just super excited. I've been like talking about it. I've been talking to my coworkers about this and they're like, dude, what are you talking about? I'll be honest. I have the day off. Like I am prepared for this day. Like I don't yeah, I know as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna have everything set up, ready to go, all my devices ready to go, because I am just all in. Like, my boss was like, "Why are you have the day?" Oh, dude, a doctor's appointment with Droppp. But
Yeah.
dude, and they knew more or less. They were like, "Okay, dude, we get it." Like, no, dude, you don't get it. Like, these things are badass. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I need this. So, like, yeah, dude, it's so funny. They're just laughing at me, but I'm like, y'all be laughing when I get everything.
You need everything, Trey. This is gonna
Yeah,
be pretty
dude.
Yeah.
legendary for you.
Somebody even said too, if I don't get a grill, I'm not a real Ninja Turtle fan, and I'm just like, dang, that
I
really does hurt. Like, what if I don't get anything?
mean,
I'm gonna be
you got a
upset.
double chance at least getting one because now if you think about it, it's always 9.99. Now you have like almost 2,000
Yep.
of them out there. So like you can most likely get one of them. It's kind of like getting, and I mean, it's a smaller set of redeemables because we're only getting two legendaries and then
Yeah,
the one royalty. So you're kind of like, it's just making it instead of one more legendary, they split it into two grails essentially, kind of.
yeah,
And so, yeah, like you said, it's 15,000 standard piece or 15,000 standard packs, 14,000 premium packs. So a good amount. It's obviously not one of the biggest ones. Obviously, we've had in the 20,000s, before, but it's not like the
It's pretty
8 to
small though.
9,000 set. It's like kind of more towards the middle, but yeah, it's smaller than I thought it was. I thought it would be in the 18 to
At one point, we were
20,000
pushing
packs.
almost 40K.
40 even?
If
I
you don't
think it was a
remember, like
DC
the
set that was like
Stranger
super
Things
high.
ones,
yeah,
like I
Yeah.
think Funko has learned their ways. Like that's just done because it's
Yeah,
just
no way.
interesting to think like Stranger Things that was such a highly desired set after the fact, but people
yeah.
weren't buying them. Like
Mm-mm.
I'm happy Funko has learned from that. But let's continue this talk a little bit because we made some predictions. So Trey, at the end of the day, did these meet your expectations? Do you wish they were different? Did they exceed them? Like, I know you're pumped, but
Yeah, and I'll be completely honest. They definitely met expectations, right? Because you don't really, because sometimes Funko is just Funko, and sometimes they put out stuff you're like, I don't really want that. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like certain collectors like myself, like I want all Ninja Turtle stuff as much as I can, but a completionist rate really. So I'm glad they went with these. Um, the Freddy obviously is the best,
would you have
honestly.
preferred the gray scale with the red bandanas?
Oh man, that's a good question. I no, I think I'm fine with these. I think these are great. Like Mig said earlier, like how do you distinguish which turtle to give, right? Like obviously Leo is the leader, so everybody would want, Leo. That's kind of like almost like an obvious choice. Everybody has their own favorite turtle. But I think that they did good by putting all of them in the grail. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's not
I
just
think the
like
Grail was one of the most surprising Funko
yeah,
NFTs I've ever seen, if I'm
yeah,
being honest. And then they did it two times.
yeah. And then like with the new Ninja TMNT from Mutant Mayhem, they have the turtle tots, like the little figures. Like those are cool. I was like, dude, I went to Target every day looking for those things, and I could not find them until one day I finally got them. And I was like, man, that'd be cool if they made some version of like pops of them. And they're not the exact ones from the actual Mutant Mayhem, but they're still little baby turtles. NECA does the little baby turtles. They've done like the kid turtles. So it's cool to see that they're actually doing something out of the box opposed to the traditional, like the turtles we all know and love. Well,
Yeah.
I do at least.
Yeah, definitely different, which
Yeah.
I mean, because we haven't had these tiny versions of turtles, I think, at all in Funko world.
No, super cool.
Mm.
So definitely unique. And yeah, I mean, you got to hand it to Drop and Funko and at least doing something outside of the box and different and, mixing it up. You're still getting some of the villain guys and you're still getting
Yeah.
some turtles. So you got to mix in what turtles were in series one?
Just
Just
Leo.
Leo.
It was Leo, right? That was it.
Yeah.
It's
It was
weird that you brought that up. Like you're right. Like they've all haven't had an NFT form with two series.
Yeah. So that's
yeah.
that's why I was like, would they have just done Ralph, Michelangelo, and Donatello in this one? Because like if you wanted Leo, you get him with the first one. Like, that could have been a way to go about it. But I think this was just more like cooler way to do it differently and still get you a chance. And like you said, if you get one of these grails, you obviously are gonna want to get the second one. So like the chances of like this being like a really pricey grail is probably going to be pretty high because
Yeah.
they know that people are going to want to complete it. Now, if you haven't gotten either of them, obviously, if you're someone like Trey, you're probably still going to try to go buy both of them if you have to. But I could see more people just being like, all right, cool, I've missed on it. But if you pull one, it's probably almost guaranteed that you're going to try to get the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to kind of, you can't
And
just
Funko
only,
knows
unless like I'm not going to lie, Mikey's my favorite. And if I get Mike and Leonardo, I'll be like, oh, that's pretty sick. Do I need Raphael and Donatello? Like maybe, but most people I think are going to try to get them both if you have one.
Yeah.
Or if
Agreed.
you get two of the same, and then you got
I mean,
trade bait.
I've never bought in a grail after fact if I either
Yeah,
pull it or I don't get it. I can accept not getting it. This I really hope I pull this is basically
Me
what I'm
too.
saying.
Me too. All right. So my question to you guys,
interesting.
do you believe now, obviously I'm very biased. Is this the best NFT drop to this year?
This year,
Yeah.
yes, in my opinion.
As a whole drop, you mean?
As a whole drop. Like out of all the drops that we've had this year from NFT wise, I mean, obviously, like again, like I said, I am biased, but I mean, I've heard
Trying to
people
think of all
say
the
it,
ones that
but
even.
out of all the other ones, like obviously we still got the rest of the year. We can maybe do at the end of the year like a top 5 top NFT drops.
Oh yeah, I mean that will definitely
We're
do
definitely
because
doing that. I think
I'm
I
looking
can
right now actually
I
at
can
all the
run through them. I
sets.
have them a few. We started
Uh,
the year off with Squid Game.
yeah, I
Last,
can't. I can't say it's number one. I'll tell you in a second though. But go ahead.
So then we got Harry Potter. Then we had Fantastic Plastic. Then we had Space Jam, Transformers, Star Trek, Star Wars. Like the property for me, that should be the best, but it's not. April Fools, that's a good one. My Little Pony, no. WB
All
Horror,
right.
I'm sure Migs loves that one, maybe as his number one.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
I loved the Funime one. To me, Turtles is
Yeah.
still better. Scooby Doo, Batman was weak. Disney Afternoon, Daria. But now we're getting like Universal Monsters, Rick and Morty, and now Turtles. This year's been pretty good for drop as a whole.
yeah,
But after reading those out loud, I can still say I think this is the best one.
top 3 for sure.
Easily
Oh
top
yeah, yeah,
three.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
top 3 for sure.
Yeah,
But for me,
I think you say that
definitely,
overall.
yeah, definitely number 1 for me. But definitely top 3 in other people's. Let us know in the comment section down below, and also like the video.
And hit that
Yes.
notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to this
Yeah,
channel. I mean, come on, help us out. It's free. Just
it
do it.
is free.
One thing though I think makes this set amazing and why I love the Monsters one too and Rick and Morty, they're smaller again. Or
Uh-huh.
they feel more, they're not just making NFT pops to make them.
Yeah, they're
Like I
not
think
making a
back about
lot.
like the
Yeah,
Game of Thrones always just pops into my head, or even the House of Dragon. Like they didn't make those as specials they could have done. It was just like NFTs are popular now. These are a big property. Let's just like make Funko Pops and call them NFTs.
yeah,
They've gotten away from that, in my opinion. Like I feel
Uh-huh.
like the next Star Wars one is gonna be insane, and people are gonna like really want it. I feel like they're actually listening to people and they've learned.
yeah. I agree. I can see that. Maybe a little bit more limited compared to what they've been doing. Maybe not
Yeah.
all deluxes either.
Yeah, Deluxe is definitely done, I think.
Yeah, I think that was like the only one, right? Well,
Yeah, I think they messed up. I still have a feeling they like messed up the boxes or something for that, and they had to make them deluxe.
or the
I
elf one of all of them.
Yeah, like well, it's just I still find it super weird that they did that because I'm curious. They're probably going to ship soon, and I do feel like when I have them in hand, they could fit in a normal box.
Yeah, kind of like the Universal monsters. Those are going to be
Exactly.
in.
To me, those look
Mhm.
exactly the same as the Star Wars ones. Like
Or the
exactly the
Batman,
same.
the
Yeah,
Batman one still
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
with the thing on the back.
same.
So yeah, definitely let us know. Let us know your thoughts. This drop does come out August 27th, so it is next week. next Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yeah, best of luck to everyone. Best of luck to
Yeah.
Trey. Everybody
Yeah.
send over good vibes because we know he's gonna need it.
Yes.
I know he for sure will be going crazy.
Definitely buying
Uh,
over 10 packs for sure.
Yo,
Yeah,
get it
let's
Just like
go.
multiple,
those other jabroni YouTubers. I'm gonna spend all my
multiple,
money.
multiple
I have a ga-
devices. You're gonna
I
need
have a
multiple devices.
I have a
Drop.
gamble.
If you listening to our podcast, Trey deserves some free packs to promote
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
drop.
remember? That'd be awesome.
It's,
Yeah, they don't do
dude,
that
that would
anymore,
be
right?
amazing. That would be awesome. They're
Free
probably watching.
packs.
They've liked our or shorts or reels
Yeah,
on
they've seen
Instagram.
something. Yeah,
They commented
Yeah.
on us, me and Migs back in the day. We were
yeah, way back
quite the
Okay.
controversy
the
over in the
beginning.
drop Discord.
Yeah, this code's going crazy. That was when we were nobodies. But um, yeah, so very excited for that. Obviously, it's a great drop, and it's probably coming soon. We'll get some news on what's going to happen for September, and we'll see kind of where drops going. I do like where they've been going. Now that I look, like when you said it, I went to the drop website, and it's kind of cool that you can see the years, like all the drops in the
Yeah.
past. And as I was looking at it, I was like, this was a pretty solid year so far. Like there's
Yeah.
definitely has been some good ones compared to like years past where maybe you got a highlight but some trash in between. So yeah, the last few were definitely good because they're smaller and I don't think they need to go crazy. But I guess we'll see. And best of luck with the Ninja Turtle stuff. So we're going to talk about some New York Comic Con stuff because obviously it's almost that time.
Yeah,
And
it's
this is when we
crazy.
start getting like little leaks and lists and potentially what's going to be coming out, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously, I think like probably next month is when we'll get like a lot of legit stuff and the official announcements, leading up because obviously in October is when the con is. But we got a list here from, the good old famous Scarlet Joker, Funko Info, Rocco Cyrus. They obviously leak everything Funko related. It's kind of crazy how spot on they are. So they have a list here. And usually when these lists come out, they're usually almost exact, or maybe a pop won't make it into the con, like, because that's happened before with New York
Yeah.
Comic Con. But I don't know if you guys have anything, like we can kind of go through them, or if there's anything that kind of stuck out to you. It's an interesting list. I don't think there's anything like right off the beginning. Well, yeah, there's maybe one that I'm kind of like, okay, that's pretty sick. But is there anything that kind of sticks out to you guys, or you want to just kind of run through them?
Yeah, I mean, there's something that sticks out to me, if I'm being honest. I was a little disappointed by reading this first list.
Yeah, it's not overall great at
I
all.
can't even like the one that jumps out that I'll probably want to get is the One Piece one, just because I've been trying to
Yeah.
collect the One Piece con ones. Even Star Wars, like a hooded Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens, like I'm sorry, that is not special. I have that Funko Pop already. No, like I'm gonna go hard on them with this right now because one thing they've been doing recently, which I think is cool, they're kind of leaning into the Disney as in general, but like the dark side, and they've been coming out with a lot of new products, and that's the new product line for Funko, it seems. But we're Kylo Ren was like, there's a million Kylo Ren Funko Pops. That was like when Force Awakens came out and the sequel trilogy, they were making tons and tons of Funko. That was like when they really started mass producing pops, and we could have gotten like a more random villain, something special. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'll change my tune when I actually see the Funko. I just don't know how they can make it that much different than what already exists.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, like this list so far just is nothing is really jumping at me at all.
Yeah. I agree. The only thing it says is that I'm gonna be saving money from NYCC because none of this stuff I collect at all. Pokemon, I mean, I used to love Pokemon back in the day, but I'm just one of those traditional 150 Pokemon. That's it. I don't venture off into those other ones.
To those
Yeah.
other regions.
Yeah, I don't go past the. I'm very traditional when it comes to that kind of stuff. Care Bears don't care about. The core line may be pretty cool. I do like core line, and I know Carly likes it. Demon Slayer. I don't really.
The Spider Demon Father sounds pretty cool.
Sounds pretty crazy.
Honestly, it does. I mean, I saw the little. Obviously, I kind of searched them up, on Google to what they look like. It looks cool, so I'm kind of curious. Is it going to be like a normal pop or a six? Well, I know the Naruto one says 6 inch, but maybe the Demon Slayer one because he looks like a big guy in the pictures. So, other than that, dude, I don't see anything else. And again, this is just, the first leak. We don't know what else is coming. Maybe some sodas. I don't know. But
Yeah.
so far it looks like I'm gonna save some money a little bit.
You want that Joker with the crown, Mix? Is that the one that jumps out on you?
No, it's not at all. So, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, I'm gonna say so. Okay, Joker. Okay, cool. I mean, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not like anything that's like wow. The One Piece one though is. I'm gonna be honest with you. That character is sick.
Yeah.
Don Quixote Rocinante. So like the way he looks, like I hope they have it really good. He has a huge freaking boa fur like coat and like he's pretty badass. So a lot of people like cosplay him actually. I saw a lot of them actually at Comic-Con when we went last year. So that's probably the only one that's like wow for me on this whole list because I mean, obviously, if you guys are just listening, I'll run through them quickly. But there's a Bleach one, Okiora with wings. I don't know if I said that right, but there's a Care Bear, Share Bear, whatever. Coraline with Dowsing Rod, and then obviously the Joker with Crown. Like Charlie said, there's a Demon Slayer, Spider Demon Father. There is a Dragon Ball Z one, which is getting a lot of hype for fans that are Dragon Ball Z fans. The Boro with Darkness Sword. I don't really know that one specifically, but there's a Naruto 6-inch glow in the dark. Probably will look cool. Obviously, the One Piece one I just said. Pokemon one is a 10-inch, which they love doing that now with the freaking Pokemon,
Yeah, I
especially
know.
with
Like, really.
ones that I've never heard of. Dialga, whatever. Don't know what that is. Sorry, Pokemon fans. Sandman, Dream with Raven. Don't really know what that is either. Sonic, there's going to be a Metal Knuckles, which is kind of interesting. And then, like Charlie said, the Star Wars hooded Kylo Ren. And there's a Muppets animal with drums, which I thought we had that already, but maybe I just remember him being in a
No, it's just
toy
animal.
form or something. Okay,
Wait,
so
what
just
did you just say,
animal.
Ty?
No, it's just animal by himself. It's like that big, and like the box is it
Yeah.
just
Yeah, the actual
it's
pie. Yeah.
it's
It's
like
funny.
literally a beady pop.
Yeah, the Muppets one though, I will say, I like that they just came out with the Kermit one for San Diego Comic Con, and now they're getting an animal for this. Like Muppets is like, even though it's popular, it's still kind of niche in its own way. This is something I do to be positive about this list, whether I get it or not. It is cool to look forward to adding a new piece to your collection at the cons that they don't mass produce Funko Pops all the time, like the Muppets.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, and like you guys both said, this is a very early list. It's just the first one of like maybe what's that like 14 different pops over. Like that's clearly not going to be the whole lineup. So I'm sure we'll get some more leaks eventually leading into next month, and then we'll probably get more of the official stuff. But it just doesn't seem like some of them, okay, maybe New York Comic Con worthy, but some just don't feel like they are. And again, it's just a list. We don't see the actual character of the pop. So like once we see it, maybe they'll look a little bit better. Like some of these anime ones might look pretty badass once we actually see the molds.
Yeah.
We're just kind of looking at names of stuff that we have no idea what the hell they are. So we're just kind of guessing at this point. But hopefully we get more stuff. If you guys are interested, definitely let us know in the comments. If you're watching, looking through this list, what are you hyped for? Maybe there is something that we missed that we don't really know about specifically. It looks like universally we don't have too many. The One Piece one, obviously me and Charlie both are looking forward to that. But even like Trey, who's somewhat of a Demon Slayer fan, obviously his daughter's a big one. He didn't really wasn't super hyped about that character. I'm assuming is she not either, or is it not like
I don't think she's seen it. Well, I don't think she's seen the post yet,
she
but I'm
might
pretty
freak
sure
out if she sees this? You never know.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows?
So maybe I'll have to spend a little bit, but not too much.
So I guess we'll see.
You may
But
get a Turtles villain though, Trey. It may be on that list.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I mean the list obviously is gonna get bigger. It's gonna be more stuff, and like Trey said, maybe there'll be some sodas because they've been doing that for cons, one or two. I'm sure we're obviously gonna have Freddy stuff, maybe Franny stuff, like we've been getting, and Proto because
One
that's
would think you'd get
the
Franny,
new
but
the
maybe they'll
new
skip her again.
trio. Yeah. But yeah, nothing crazy, but it is the first list, so we like to kind of at least talk about it because that's what we do here. Talk about the
The
cool
news.
news when it comes to Funko. So there are some other pops that were announced just kind of randomly, some leaks, some stuff that's potentially coming out, and then some stuff that has been photographed as already being out there. So we can kind of run through a few things, maybe go back and forth if there's anything that kind of caught your eye or that got you guys excited in any way. I don't know if there's anything kind of jumping off the page for you guys.
Anything for you, Trey? I can go
Um,
if you don't have anything.
they just had the Last Ronin stuff leak or potential. Leonardo Donatello, Raphael, Last Ronin with the bow staff and a sai. Then they had the Last Ronin with, well, it's actually a 4 pack with the Turtle Spirits, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're going ham on turtles these days.
Yeah.
Um, Something that really actually excited me. Um, we had talked about this leak a while ago, but now we actually have images of the Twilight Zone Funko Pops. We're getting Ron Sterling as the narrator. We're getting the Gremlin. There's more of a scene too with the narrator. I'm hoping we'll get more like random standalone characters from the episodes. And one thing that's super cool is if you open the box, the tab legitimately has he says before every episode of the Twilight Zone, which I just think is super cool, especially for out of box collectors. Like some people never open the box, wouldn't even know that's there.
Hmm.
I'm like super, super pumped for this Funko.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. And it's funny that picture that they posted up with him like popping his head out of the box. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. But yeah, a lot of not all of them obviously, but a lot of them have some type of saying or a line or something in that little flap.
Yeah.
If you've ever noticed, like I know if you look at the Ghostface one tray, I think in that flap there should be something on it because I think I
Yeah.
remember opening it. Yeah. So it's
It's if
like
the icon of Halloween.
yeah, so and it's like bloody on the icon. So it's like a lot
Yeah.
of them do that, not all of them. I wish they kind of all did. It would be a cool little touch to it. But it is interesting when you see one. This one obviously is kind of like a famous like little quote that he says, and it's a lot longer than just a few words. So it's wild to see that on like a pop box, but I do like that little touch. Then we also got some Carnage, a new Carnage line. And no, not just the
Ooh.
Carnage. We have what they're quote saying carnageized pops, which this is when it's just like Funko's just going crazy. So clearly we had the Venomized line, right? The Venomized pops came out, which was
Hmm.
basically all these different Marvel characters turning into Venom, essentially. They looked pretty badass because
Yeah.
just the molds were always really cool. They were
Hmm.
obviously a little wild when they just kind of went overboard with doing so many of them. And I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing here. But it's basically Carnage taking over a few different characters here. We got a Captain America, Black Panther, we got Gwen, we got is that
Iron
Iron Man?
Man.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Iron Man. His is almost like completely Carnage, so it's kind of hard to
The Iron
see.
Man's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean they do a good job. They look cool. Like the transformation portion of it is awesome. Like seeing them slowly turning into it, and the colors are always good. But you're gonna probably see so many of these on the shelves because they're probably gonna go wild, mass produce them, and we're probably gonna get more Marvel characters because the Marvel line wasn't big enough. So why not do this, right? But I don't know. What are your thoughts on these overall?
I'm really indifferent. Like, first off, I won't buy any of these, but I do think they look cool. But at the same time, I'm just like, if Funko was to trim some fat, I feel like products like this should be some of them.
Hmm.
Like, and it pains me to say that because they look super cool and they're creative. But like you said, Migs, we're probably gonna get more of these. They just make too many. And like, I'm a pretty hardcore Marvel fan. I don't want them. I feel like you need to be like Carnage needs to be your guy
Yeah,
to like want to buy these. And if he's not, you probably
Yeah.
won't add them to your collection.
Yeah. Definitely. When I first saw these, I was like, "Oh, these are cool," but if I'm being completely honest, I like the Venomized ones more. Um, I stopped collecting those just because they were making too many. I think after maybe the anti venom from Box Lunch, after that one came out, I was like, okay, cool. I have the original set, and then more and more and more and more, kind of like the Blacklight stuff. So many came out, and you're like, man, I can't keep up. I'm completely done. I
Yeah.
don't want to do that, but they do look good. I think the Iron Man is pretty cool. I don't really like the Captain America one. I think because I'm just biased because the original Venomized one, I think that one looks better.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna pass on these.
Yep. I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean, I'll talk about something that's completely out of the box, which I think is super cool. We won't be getting them, but if you work for the Funko sales team, they have made a special product for you, which is super cool. It's Freddie Funko. He looks like he's dressed up in a business suit, and says it's got a sticker, sales exclusive. They're making 300 of them. And here's what's awesome about them. It is legitimately individually numbered per sticker. The fact
Uh,
that obviously this is a low lift for them and it's something special for people who work for their team, but this is what they should be doing for the NFTs.
I agree. I
Honestly,
100% agree.
not only that, I want to take it a step further. They should be doing this for some of their more limited pieces as well. Like, I'm not
Hmm.
saying all of them, but when they're like super limited, let's just say like 500, like some of the Fun Days Funko Pops, it'd be pretty cool if it said one of 500, two of 500, so on and so on.
Yeah.
Get people excited. It adds a little more into the fun and the chase of the collection. Some people may be like, oh man, I really want number 10 out of 300. Like, it just
Yeah.
adds a certain sort of fun. NFTs would be my first wish. And then later down the line, if that did well, kind of adding to some of the other stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. The only bad thing I can say about the NFTs or maybe it'd be an issue is because not all the time the 999 grails are redeemed. So that would be kind of hard to, oh yeah, that's, 10 out of 999, but they again, we don't know what happens to the ones that don't get redeemed,
That's
Buckeye.
fair.
But, that would be the only thing. I think that would be a great idea. Honestly, if all of them got redeemed, yeah, sure, let's do that. But yeah, I think that's a cool idea. Maybe like at the cons, how they have, the 1,000 piece Freddy, stuff like that, or even if they did sodas now. But if they did the sodas, I think they should have done that with the sodas instead of the 1 out of 2,000. Or I think they should have
Yeah, that'd
had
been
an.
super cool.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, but it's just kind of hard
It's hard to
to.
execute. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, we know when you put too many things in front of them, what happens. So, but the sales team Friday thing in general, like it's cool. Like it's a cool looking pop, and it makes it's interesting that they're doing that, and I don't hate it, and I do like the sticker. This obviously people are commenting like crazy about the fact of like why isn't NFTs like this? Like this is what they should be doing, and I agree. The low piece count number thing maybe, but I feel I could see where that could be a little tricky, but like making it more unique to like the NFTs is totally doable, and Funko can do this specific thing. Like obviously they're doing it here with the sticker saying what number
Yeah.
of what, right? But they also did it with the terrible thing, but the Project Frets, they're numbered and they say like on their authenticity, whatever, what
Yeah.
number one of that piece count it is. So clearly Funko's done this before, so it's not they can't do it forever. But I did see a hilarious comment of someone saying that now you're gonna know which employee's flipping it because basically, if like you're the employee that got 150 and then someone out there who's not an employee ends up with 150, you know that person flipped that pop clearly. So
So
it's kind of a
true.
funny
That's
way to like
funny.
track that. I don't like love the sticker though, if I'm gonna be honest. Like it
No, it
just
could
looks
have
a
been
little
better. It's
too
plain.
plain. Like, yeah, 138 of 300, and it's just like, yeah, it looks a little off. But the idea is interesting, and I wonder if they're gonna do this like with other products and stuff. But I mean, I guess
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, the picture that was put up was by a Roberto Lara. So whoever that is, I don't know if that's a salesperson or not.
yeah.
But it's interesting. Is there really only
I think I've seen
three
comments of
hundred
that person
salespeople?
I've
Is there
seen
only
comments of
300
that
salespeople?
person on Collector Chatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. So we got a sales per hey, see, that's what they're getting this. They have a salesperson watching our videos. And if you're watching, Roberto, comment, let us know. Like, how did you
For
get four
real.
four of these, by the way? You know?
Oh,
But
Dude, for real.
but yeah, I mean that's definitely a cool thing, Charlie. I agree. What else you got, Trey?
Let's see. So another one that I thought was pretty cool that I don't really collect it too much, but obviously we all know the meme, the take my money. the Fry from Futurama. Dude, that is gonna be pretty cool. Honestly, I don't collect the line, but I think we've all used that line where
Yes.
I know I used that line since the Ninja Turtles got announced for the NFTs. Take my money, dude. I would totally just like the This Is Fine dog. Like, dude, that's pretty cool. Honestly, like I love when they do stuff like that, like the memes, like the Homer in the bushes. Like
Mhm.
I love when they do stuff like that. So that stuff like that, I would definitely buy. Um, I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited for that
Yeah,
one. See what it looks like at least.
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. That'll be a good one.
They do
Or
pull off the whole meme thing pretty well when they put it into pops. And then another one. This was pretty cool to see. I mean, we're getting some Beavis and Butthead pops, which are
Yeah.
pretty hilarious. I think we actually saw this on a leak list, right?
we
Long time
did.
ago.
Yep, we
I
did.
remember saying the cornholio as being one of them. And then obviously there's the Beavis and then there's the Butthead, just the two of them working at like the burgers place. So one of them was holding on to like a rat. So pretty funny. It's cool when you see pops that are shaped like a standard pop because obviously they have like long heads. So when you see that, like it does make it a little different looking, like it almost looks like a soda, honestly, like a bigger version of a soda because that's more the mold of a soda. So that's like one of the first things I thought of. But totally like hilarious that they're doing these, and it kind of makes you think like if it opens it up to like other pops, like maybe some South Park, maybe we'll get some of those more.
It's just funny because like I see these pops and this should have been part of the Daria NFT set. It shouldn't have just been
Uh,
Daria. It should have been like classic, like
MTV,
MTV.
yeah.
MTV. Yeah,
Like I
I agree
this
with it.
cornholio one, like, dude, that just brings it back to a simpler time. Like I not gonna lie.
It's
I was doing
hilarious.
that recently with and I got chips in it. And Mickey definitely did like that one, but it's just kind of funny. Oh man,
Oh,
Beavis and Butthead. Um, Another thing that we had coming, we're getting some news. Like these were leaks too. We're not getting images, but we're finally getting a Star Killer Funko Pop, which he's one of the most popular characters in Star Wars Legends. I don't know if either of you are familiar with the Star Wars video game that was really popular, Star Wars Unleashed. You
oh
This was
yeah.
like prime Star Wars video games. He's Darth Vader's secret apprentice, and everyone's been asking for this for a long time. To me, this was one of my predictions. I wanted it to be an NFT Funko Pop. As we all know, I mean, I've already talked about that multiple times in this episode already. That didn't happen, but like they're starting to make some like really cool outside of the box Star Wars characters. Like, perfect example, this should have been the New York Comic Con Funko Pop, not another Kylo Ren. I'm like super, super pumped for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the game was pretty cool. I did play the game for a little bit, and it was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most popular Star Wars video games like ever.
Yeah. Let's see. So the next one that I saw was more WWE pops. The last episode we talked about WWE. Now we're getting a whole
The
another.
gift
Again,
that
this is
keeps on giving.
I know it's like Ninja Turtles, my two favorite things, wrestling, and that's the thing. There was like years I went without watching wrestling, and it just sucked me back in. Like, now I'm like invested. I'm like, oh my god, the storylines are good again. It's and now that they're gonna be on Netflix the beginning of the year, who
It's
knows
crazy.
how?
I think it's weird. Wrestling's going to become even more popular, which is wrestling is still pretty damn popular, but the
Yeah,
Netflix effect is going to be crazy.
yeah, and yeah, I forgot. I think some Dominic Mysterio was talking about it with Logan Paul on and how the sponsorships are going to work, and they're going to be able to almost go back to how it was back in the day. But let me see, I just had it here. Dang it, where the hell did it go? Anyway, they did have Roman Reigns, which if you guys are not aware, he's one of the top guys.
That's right. You can't
Who
see me, yo.
Yeah, they had John Cena. You can't see me. Another one, which is
One of the best wrestlers ever, right?
oh my god, no. But he's this is gonna be his last year, 2025. For those of y'all that don't know, so if you don't have the older ones, feel free to look into getting this one because it's gonna be his last year of wrestling in general. Then you got the 2-pack of the Dudley Boys, red camo, which for me, watching ECW, the TLC matches with the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian. We got LA Knight, yeah. And then we got Rowdy Piper.
Pipe.
That's cool.
Pretty,
Howdy,
pretty
Roddy.
awesome.
Now,
And
do
they're
you
all
still
going to be
collect?
exclusives.
Do you still collect a bunch of these pops, or kind of not anymore?
Wrestling, yeah,
Yeah.
I still have some. I have a pretty
Hey,
good
but are
amount.
you adding to your collection?
Yes.
Okay.
So right now I'm still trying to complete the last Mick Foley signature, which is the Mankind. But yeah,
Okay.
little by little, not too many. Just wrestlers I really do like Cody Rhodes. The Hardys I already have. You know, I don't need no John Cena's. Just like LeBron's, I don't need that in my collection.
Yeah.
Did you get the final boss?
No, I did not. I
Huh.
did not.
How
Yeah,
dare you?
I haven't gotten wrestling pops. Like, I don't know. It's too many of them. And speaking of too many of them, I don't know why they're still making this. I know Trey probably likes this, but I think this thing is kind of pointless at this point. But they're still making it. They're making those Funko Classic tin pops still, which they kind of
Oh,
stopped for a while, so I thought they weren't going to do it again. But we're
Sell
getting
out.
an Iron Man one. Uh, it obviously when it first started, it was kind of like marketed as like 25th anniversary, so there was 25,000 of them, which was ridiculously too many.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
So now recently in the last few, it's only been 10,000, which it's not too bad. It makes it a little bit better. Obviously, the whole concept was cool. You get the pop in there. It looks like it's in like a, metal box, but it's not. And then the tin can itself holds like a pin and a coin and a card, which I have a few of these, honestly, because when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is cool. And then they started coming out with
Agreed.
too many. And then when I started really getting them, and I realized it's just a cheap tin canister, and uh, I don't know, I don't love them. We did talk about how, like, on the bottom, it would say certain things like year one. Now this actually says year two, which is like, are they just gonna keep going with this? Like, that's too many. Like, come on, you don't have to go. How many years are you gonna continue on? But I don't know. We got an Iron Man one. Obviously, if you've never gotten one of these, like I don't know if you have, Trey. Like, if you were to get one and this was it, I mean, then that's fine.
yeah.
I could see why someone who would be like a completionist of Iron Man or something, you get it. But to me, I'm just kind of surprised they're still doing this. Like, honestly, I think the diecast is a way better, similar product to this, and they don't make those anymore. So, like, why are you still making these? You know?
Yeah.
Ag- Agreed. Even though
What,
this
what,
one will probably sell out.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But don't these have like a lot of I wouldn't say problems, but a lot of, well, I guess yeah, because of the damage and how they put them inside that little
Yeah, when you
foam.
in
Yeah,
the
the
beginning
actual
you were taking
box.
them out, their
Yeah.
pops were damaged, and Funko will just tell you, that ain't part of the collectible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So to me, it's kind of hard to really be like, oh man, I would want this. It is cool. Don't get me wrong with all the pin and the coin and the card, but man, if it's damaged, I don't want to pay. I don't know. I'm just
It's
maybe picky about that.
it's just funny because I think we've mentioned this in the past,
I know
but
what you're gonna say.
yeah, I want to
Go.
mention it again
Because I want to say it too.
because Funko does like one thing here and then they're missing something. So then they do it over here, but they don't just do it together. And what needs to happen is this is in a way how the NFTs should
Yes.
be. If we should get the NFT card, picture the card with the NFT pop that we got.
And the
And
coin.
yeah, then the coin is another thing. Yeah, because you obviously get a redemption coin. Like if you don't want to do the pin, whatever, don't do the pin. It doesn't have to be in this freaking cheesy tin can, but this like concept just like it's like they took the die cast and the NFT pops and they shoved them together, and the shitty version was this. That's what came
You're
out.
totally right.
It's
I
just
mean,
so weird.
I just love that you just said it because I'm like staring at this and I'm like, once they're
The
giving their thoughts
card.
are done, I'm gonna talk about this. And I'm just like, it's It's right there in front of you, Funko. Drop. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
The cards, especially, like, dude, trading cards are hotter than ever. It could be
Mhm.
a sick part of this collectible. Just like, come on. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Even though Drop
Drop, drop,
has,
drop, drop. We can keep
yeah,
saying it. See if
yeah,
it drops
drop,
it into the
drop, listen,
algorithm.
drop, drop, drop,
Drop,
drop, drop,
drop.
drop. But Drop, though, weirdly has been so much better as of late. They have been listening to the fans. So if you're listening to this episode, as I know you are, let's get these cards and get these coins. I mean, this, oh man, that would become, I don't think anyone would call the NFTs a joke anymore who aren't part of the bandwagon. Like,
Yeah,
this would be so ultimately amazing
Of course.
to the point where, like, this may be the only Funko product you need to collect.
that's true.
I just
Yeah.
said that. Like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah. Not this tin thing though.
no. I think Cynthia is going to put a kibosh to this.
You think? I don't know. I mean,
And this
yeah.
has to be what's left over. Even though I
Yeah, I'm
will say,
sure.
like, the Iron Man one, though, looks, it fits this look. Like, the Maleficent one didn't, for
I
example. Like,
forgot that even was one. Oh my
yeah,
God.
like, the Iron Man one does look kind of cool, actually. And if you were to only
Yeah.
get one,
It'd be
this
this one.
this could be this one.
Yeah.
This or
Is
the
it the
Vader.
first Marvel one?
No, the first ever one was Captain America.
Captain
Yeah.
America. So see if
Because
they
that was like
let,
at
they
a
did
New
like
York.
one.
Yeah, it was a
That was
con
like at
Yeah.
exclusive.
con. Yeah.
Was that one?
Yeah, that was the first.
No, you're thinking diecast, bro.
Oh,
See?
diecast.
Oh.
That's right.
See? Come
But
on, no disrespect.
but
Lotso was con
Lotso,
one.
Batman, I think was one.
Oh,
Joker,
what
right?
was yeah, but
Joker
what
came
was
on
the first
after.
one? Oh man.
It's gonna bother
Mickey.
you now.
No, now I'm mixing them up with diecast.
Yeah, because also, yeah, like diecast, like what an ultimate line that they just totally messed up.
So like on these are supposed to be like the vaulted versions of these
Correct.
pops, right?
Yeah. So there's
So
a
my
Mickey, there's a Captain America, there is a Captain America, but it's like the OG Captain
to
America.
see that's what kind of makes it weird because I feel like this Iron Man's like a more recent version
Yep.
opposed to the original
There's a Wally, Joker,
Iron Man.
Jack Skellington. Yeah, there's not too many like good
I don't know.
ones.
Honestly, even though I do like Iron Man, I don't think I'm gonna get it just because
I thought you were
all
gonna
the.
get it.
I mean,
No,
I don't know.
we just shit it all over it, bro. There's
Maybe
even
we'll
a
see.
Rudolph one. Oh my God, they made
Yeah.
way too many after the
We'll
fact.
we'll see. I mean, I guess
Spider-Man,
if I'm on my phone when it
you can
drops,
go
I don't know.
you can go on eBay and buy 8 of them for $720.
What?
Oh my god.
It's like a
Oh,
Rudolph, a Jack, a Maleficent, a Joker, Captain America, Mickey, Spider-Man, and the Lotso ones.
It's
Oh.
driving me crazy. I can't. I'm trying to
It's
search right
funny though
now.
that a bunch of them say 25th anniversary because that's what they were. Like really. But
Yeah.
then like the Wally one is a newer one, the Jack Skellington one is newer. This one obviously is newer. There's a Joker. I want to say the first one was the
Was it
um
Batman?
Batman or Spider-Man, one of those maybe.
it was Batman.
Yes. And then Lotso was definitely one of the first ones too. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's trash.
Yeah. Let us know what
Trash,
y'all
trash,
think about
trash.
this too.
And
Trash,
if you know what
trash,
the
trash.
first one at a con was, let us know too, since we can't find it
See, I
right
don't
now.
think it was at a con
It
though.
wasn't.
I
I thought that's
I,
where they like
I thought it was Lotso at a con.
Lotso was definitely at a con. So we're saying it didn't first. It wasn't introduced at a con. It
I don't
just
think it was introduced. Diecast was introduced at a con, which
no
was
that
Captain
I know.
America
Yeah,
for sure.
Captain.
Yeah.
And I know Lotso was a con one, but it was not the first one. I just for
Yeah, I don't
some
think it
reason I
was.
thought it was like
May have
debuted
been.
at a con.
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section down
Yeah, let
below.
us know. Let us know.
It'll be
Yeah.
bothering me though until I find out.
Me too. But I don't want to
Yeah.
keep looking at my phone. I want to look at the screen.
We can keep moving on with some other stuff.
Yeah, we got some new. I mean, I
Um,
don't collect these, but we got new Buffy the Vampire Slayer pops, which I feel like most of them are kind of OG. So this is their first real hurrah on the extremely detailed pops. But these aren't for me. But I feel like people will be excited about these, and there are even good pieces. A lot of these people come to the cons to get
Yeah,
signed
that's
if you
true.
wanted. But
That's true. Um, also they leaked the prototype of what potentially could be a Red Hulk pop,
Mm.
which he's like smashing something in his hand. So that would be pretty cool if that's going to be obviously for the new Captain America movie, most likely. That would be a cool looking pop if we get Red Hulk. Obviously, we do have like that Red Hulk soda, 3 liter soda, which look
yeah,
those
Yeah.
disappeared too. 3 liter sodas, remember those?
yeah,
Um,
all the good stuff.
yeah, then there's also the
Um,
OG like Red Hulk pop too.
Yeah,
Was it a
Yeah.
chase to the regular one or was it just a separate one they came out with? I can't remember.
I think it was separate. It was a Hot Topic exclusive,
No,
but
no, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was an
So
exclusive though.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was a Hot Topic exclusive, which did have a chase, and then there's like the OG one, and then yeah, because I remember I bought two and I got two chases.
Oh,
ooh,
wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when it was like hot. Those like
yeah.
those drops and the
yeah,
Hot Topic
You had to
exclusive
stay
stuff.
up late just when it was about to drop on Hot Topic or
Yep.
Box Lunch.
Yeah, because they would drop it at a random time in the middle of the night, not when they were
Yeah, like
supposed to.
yeah, like at
God,
11 or something.
this is the worst. But it's
The
not
Good old
guy.
Harrison
days.
Ford, Red Hulk, so this one's better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which would be pretty badass to see him in that form. Uh what else we got? There was also a Bane pop that was shown for the game, Arkham Asylum. Looks like
Yeah,
it's gonna be like one of those like 6 inch pops, potentially looks a little bit bigger in the box. A GameStop exclusive, so I'm sure we'll see a shit ton of those on the shelves. But it's a cool looking pop. I mean, like it's cool,
Yeah.
but like it's very specific. It's to the game, which makes sense. It's like GameStop, so obviously if you're going there, you probably have played the game, I'm
yeah,
assuming.
agreed.
Yeah.
Like I think
So
I like that they at least do that, but like I don't know. Does anyone want this pop right now? Let me know in the comments below. Like, not saying it's not cool, but like
um,
uh
Yeah.
Nick said it
timing.
perfectly. It's just gonna sit on the shelves at GameStop probably.
Yeah.
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 It's unfortunate.
The new Blacklight Iron Man pops are hitting shelves, you
Yeah.
know.
They're
Oh
also a
yeah.
little past their prime too.
I
Yeah.
think so too. They are different molds. I will
Yeah.
say that different molds. I do like them, but I just don't collect them anymore.
Yeah, they're Target too, so those will definitely be excessively stocked.
Do you
So
remember
that's
when it was
kind
like
of what they do.
impossible to get those even on Target? Like even
Yeah,
when it was
bro.
like when
The
they were online.
original one.
Yeah, those you had to wait
Yeah,
in line in person. Then after the waves, it was like if you
dude,
didn't get them immediately, you were not getting them.
I
Now
remember
dude.
it
it's
came out
Whenever,
on Father's Day is when it came out. I remember that.
so yeah, I remember whenever. I don't know. I don't know how y'all's experience was, but when I waited outside of Target, dude, my Target was so pinche. Basically, they're so like they're just being complete rude. They were like, it's one per transaction. You
Yeah, oh,
couldn't
they
get
were
the whole
hardcore
set.
about it.
I mean
They
I
Oh,
were
you
didn't
like,
get
couldn't even get
any.
one of each?
no, you had to get one. So my first instinct was, I'm getting the Spider Man. I only got out of the whole drop. I only got Spider Man and Thor. Everyone else I had to get.
No, Spider Man wasn't part of that first drop.
No, it wasn't. It
Yes,
was Iron Man,
He was
Thor,
part of
no,
the shirt
Captain.
bundle.
yeah, but
Yeah.
he was part of the drop. He was part of the first
Oh,
drop.
yeah, yeah, because that was separate though. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
separate
yeah.
version. It was the ninja
Yes,
ones and then the ones
Got
that
you.
was the one I never
yes,
got. I was so pissed.
yeah, dude.
But I got the
I
other four. There
You picked
was
the
was
right one.
so yeah,
Thor,
I was
Cap.
so mad, so mad. I was like, dude. And then I was like, obviously talking to other people, like, oh yeah, they let us get one of each. I'm like, oh my god, I hate Target.
Yeah,
I
I
ended
that's
up
was so
buying them
mad.
aftermarket and on a good friend of mine actually, Vin. He's actually in our fantasy league, Charlie.
yeah.
He used to, this was back when Instagram freaking
Did like bids and stuff,
yeah,
like
what's it called?
lives,
Yeah,
like
like Instagram
auctions.
live auctions. When it was
Ah,
hot on Instagram, way before Whatnot existed,
oh yeah.
before all that kind of stuff, it was on Instagram. Everyone would go live, and it was hilarious because you could only go live for an hour. So then, like, if it was longer than an hour, you had to like, reconnect. Um, and that's where I met him. This guy, it's so funny. We became like super close friends, and in person have only met him twice, and it's because he's dropped me off something. But it was like so funny. Yeah, it's such a funny like relationship. But anyways, him and his wife used to do auctions all the time, and they had all four of them. And I was like,
Dang.
and I got them for cheap because it was an auction, and if no one else was bidding, so I got lucky enough to get them all. And I was like heavy in auctions. That's where like my collection blew
Began.
up, was from like auctions on Instagram, bro. Like insane amount of stuff I got from there. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, blacklight stuff. But now you see it, and it's like I still love the way they look, but
I
they
agree.
just
Yeah,
have so
yeah.
many.
I like these color options opposed to the other ones that came out after. I don't know, what was it, like the Ant-Man ones? Like there were certain
Oh
colors
yeah,
that I
yeah,
just did not. I was like that when they made like the Shuri with blue face. Like I was just like, that's kind of.
yeah,
I don't know. I think
The
the way
mistake
they.
they made with them though was, and we talked about this in an old episode, they started off as the comic versions, then they like mixed in the MCU, then it
yeah,
just
with the
became
real
we're gonna
face.
blacklight everything.
Yeah,
They should have just stuck with like the comic versions,
yeah.
made a
The color.
few, and
Yeah.
called it a day. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, Trey.
No, 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 you're good. I completely agree. The color palettes that they chose for the first probably two waves, I thought they looked great. The Venom, that was another one that was hard to get. I waited,
Yeah,
dude. I got in line at Target like at three in
Venom
the
right there.
morning
There
for
he
that.
is.
Yeah,
Venom, Black Panther. That was a T-shirt one.
yeah. I waited in line for that one too from like
I went
four in
to
the
I
morning.
went to a Target that was like an hour and a half away from me to get that Black Panther one. It's like crazy.
Dude, I mean, I've told the story before, but most of the targets by me, and I have a lot, all the employees, I swear, stole all of them when they came
Yeah,
out, when they were hot. Like, I never saw them on the shelves ever.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was so
that
annoying. Like, I didn't
sucks.
get any of them. The first blacklight one I got was when they like repackaged the original ones in a 4-pack.
I have that one too. I just bought it because I was like, yeah, that's cool to have. It's a 4 pack.
Yeah, no,
Mm-hmm,
those were
mm-hmm,
cool.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember this.
Though it's funny. One, this is changing topic, but a Funko that I think is going to come out soon as a Funko Shop exclusive, I'm actually pretty pumped for because I think he looks sick. And I know not everyone here is excited for Funko Fusion, but have you seen the Eddie Funko, the like
Yeah,
villain Freddy of the game?
yeah. That one looks cool.
Have you seen that, Megs? I think that
Mhm.
pop
With
looks
the
pretty cool.
eyes like all
The
crazy.
eyes, his hand is like like it. He's kind of bloody a little bit. I think that pop looks super cool. I want that.
Yeah. I think the Hot Fuzz one, the Nicholas Angel, dude, I think those are gonna be I like that one. I
The
like,
pops look pretty cool.
the Hot Fuzz. It looks like they're starting to show up in some places. I'm looking at
They are, and one thing that I think Dish Trackers has now confirmed, which Funko's not talking about this, and we had said this before. I had mentioned you do get like something in the box to play in the game.
really.
The Funko Pop you get, you'll then can use a
Oh
code
yeah, you can
that
kind of see it
character
in
to
the
play in the
back.
game.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in the background like of the picture.
I
Yeah,
feel like
which
they
I
should
don't know
have.
why Funko's not telling people that.
I feel like they should have done like a Skylanders type of vibe
Agreed.
where
It should have
the
been
figure
scanned.
itself actually can like go on. Yeah, like
Completely
Yeah.
agree. That's
Yeah.
that
them
would look
being
cool. But I guess
just
they don't
cheap.
want to completely copy them. Maybe I don't know.
No, I mean, that's
Yeah.
like a thing though. Like I don't think that would have been a copy. I think they just didn't want to put in extra
All right.
monies.
Yeah.
So they just threw it a piece of paper instead.
Jesus. Um, yeah, so I think that the only other thing I would do want to mention is this was interesting because we were kind of talking about like, oh, it's Funko back, it's crazy, and then nothing sells out. And now lately we've been having some stuff selling out, especially Funko Shop exclusive stuff. Anime is obviously crazy and popular, but Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and all those and Dragon Ball Super obviously are popular, but it seems like they kind of have died down a little bit in the Funko world. Like you'll get some
Yeah.
stuff here and there and exclusives, but it's not like the hype like it used to be. But I mean, maybe I'm clearly wrong because we just got a new one that drops, which is a Gohan, Sun Gohan Beast, and pretty cool action. The color looks crazy on him and red eyes and everything. It's Funko Shop exclusive, and it did sell out. So today, right? Earlier today.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long it was up. It was definitely like under an hour, and it's shows out of stock now. So it is kind of like what, and it got me thinking of the whole the other drop that just came out that we were freaking out about. How was it again?
Arthur the Clown.
Yeah,
Art the Clown.
Art, yeah,
Art.
Art the Clown, and like we were like, oh, it's gonna restock, and it hasn't restocked yet. So now I'm like freaking out,
Yeah.
thinking that it's not going to, but again, they could do it months down the line because that's just kind of what they've done in the past. But
Yeah.
this is another one that kind of makes you think like, oh, look, it's a little bit pretty popular, and it's not just One Piece because we knew kind of One Piece would do that. It's still Dragon Ball Z and it's something different. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys have thoughts on like if this is something that's going to continue on or is it just kind of a coincidence or
I
what?
mean, I hope it continues on. Like, I'm hoping they're
Same.
making less of these because it's just funny. You talk about the One Piece. I liked when they were impossible to get, even if I didn't get them. The last two cons, they very clearly have mass produced that more than they've made the other ones, and they're sitting. You can still buy the exclusive
Yeah.
from San Diego Comic Con on Funko.com. A year ago, like that would have sold out in minutes and crashed the website.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
one that when it first like got leaked out to people and they were selling it for hundreds of dollars
Hundreds of
and it's
dollars
still sitting?
still sitting. Yeah, stupid. That's why we've said this a million times. Don't have
Oh
FOMO and buy
shit.
it when these flippers get them before they're supposed
Early,
to be out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy. And I'm excited that this sold out because now, but the only thing it now makes me feel like if there's a Funko Shop exclusive that I really want, I guess that means I need to buy it immediately because I never did. Well, not
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
But it adds to like the excitement, you know.
Yeah. It's been a very long time since I've been like ready on the Funko website, like 5 minutes
Yeah.
before,
Refresh.
yeah, just
yes.
for NFTs. That's like it.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, sure. It's the only real big hype. But I mean, maybe it's gonna continue on, which is exciting for us. Like we said, even if we don't get it, it just kind of adds another layer to like the excitement of collecting in general. And I mean, if you guys think the same way, definitely let us know. But I think that's probably it
Yeah, that's
for
it.
the episode.
Yeah.
We obviously were very excited about the NFTs for Ninja Turtles. Of course, we'll probably talk about them again because they'll be coming out next week. So, but now is when we officially got the information. So we wanted to get everybody hyped up about those. Maybe we'll get another list of New York Comic Con leaks. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
some pictures of some of these because I know we always get people that somehow get these ahead of time and love taking pictures and putting them up. So we'll see, maybe Roberto will,
He's already
get
got them.
his hands on a couple of these. He's
I
part of the
want to
sales
see that
team.
Kylo Ren, Roberto. Let me see it.
Show us what it looks like, Roberto. Shout out to for real if you actually are out there commenting. But yeah, definitely let us know anything that we talked about tonight. Comment on the episode.
Uh,
Yeah.
Roberto.
So, like Meg said, please comment on this video. Let us know what you think. Roberto, let us know. And everyone else who's fans of what we want to know. Keep commenting. We love the comments. We pride ourselves. We answer every single comment. So have them coming. Give us some ideas of things you want to hear us talk about. Please like this video. Hit that notification bell so you know when new videos and shorts come out. And please subscribe to this channel. Please, please, please keep
yes.
crawling.
Yes.
Keep itching up. Before you know, we're going to be
We're
at
almost.
700.
Yes.
Almost
We're
at
almost
700. Let's
there.
Then
go.
we're
Let's
going to
get to
be at
750.
800. Then we're going to be at 1,000. And we can finally
Get it.
say we have over 1,000 subscribers on Collector Chatter. But you could also follow us at Instagram if you haven't already. If you've made it this far, please follow us at Collector Chatter, at Pop_Migs, at Collect_Charlie, and at STX_collectibles. Because as everyone knows, we have underscore in all of our names.
Let's go. That's all
Let's
we
go.
need.
Let's
Obviously,
underscore go.
and we all know collecting underscore the underscore.
Off the rails.
Until next episode, everyone. Later.
Peace.
Cowabunga.
Later.
Uh,